We'll combine our clauses, the D's and the R's.
Vote R101, 2, vote R114.
Honorable members, I now propose that votes R101 to votes R114 be part of the bill. Honorable Chair for Budget.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. On the issue of assembly, there was a concern of the last figure of 225 instead of 55. So I'm requesting honorable members that we pass with amendments all the current votes.
Honorable Leader Minority.
Thank you, the chair of the committee of the whole house. And I want to urge the members here in that this is a very critical part of the passage. This is the legislative part. That's exactly what we are here. This is the bill that we are supposed to pass. So I want to urge the honourable members, those who are moving around, to settle down so that they're able to concentrate and understand what is going on, Mr. Speaker. There's a lot of movement around, and Mr. Speaker, we need to quiet the House. Mr. Speaker, I want to comment on that first vote, Mr. Speaker, the R101. Mr. Speaker, that is the one that is taking care of the county assembly. Mr. Speaker, as we were seated as a budget committee, we raised a lot of concerns, and those concerns, Mr. Speaker, are not answered. And the chair may need to find time so that we can sit and understand how we are going to bring this forward. Mr. Speaker, you understand that we had a General Assembly that was addressed by His Excellency the President of the Republic of Kenya, and there were pronouncements that were made, Mr. Speaker. So the question that the honourable members here want to understand, are those pronouncements included in this vote, Mr. Speaker? What's going to happen to the increments that were made? Are they included? Because, Mr. Speaker, if you see this one and the previous, the increment is about 10 million, Mr. Speaker. So that concern has to be addressed, Mr. Speaker. And I don't know whether the chairman can make a comment on the same, because the honourable members need to understand how their welfare, how their salaries that were increased will be taken care of, Mr. Speaker, and this is the vote. It is important that we address it. Mr. Speaker, as I said, this issue of the R103 about the Department of Finance, Mr. Speaker, as a budget committee, we may need to go and do a forensic audit on this and see how this vote is being undertaken. But Mr. Speaker, my point was that vote 101, there is need for more clarity whether the pronouncements that are made by the President are included in this one. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rest that.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, Honorable Mbachi is a ranking member of this House, Mr. Speaker, and I want to inform him that what the President pronounced has not been captured on paper. Until when SRC will provide a detail, Mr. Speaker, is when you can be able to implement the new changes, Mr. Speaker, and the increments in salary. But I indicated that the Assembly has captured the increments in arrears, I think, since 2024, Mr. Speaker, and they are amounting to 22 million. And Mr. Speaker, I said that the increase that we got as an Assembly was 9 million, which was not even sufficient. So we had to look on how to survive with that amount. We did our part. There are some folks that were killed, so that at least this money can be gotten, Mr. Speaker, to pay salaries. But I want to also say that I've seen Honorable Mbachi supporting the amendment, so I'm requesting that we pass with the amendment, and in case we might get extra cara ceilings or the final copy, Mr. Speaker, we still have time. We can do a supplementary going forward. So, Mr. Speaker, I want to say that we pass all these recurring reports from R101 to R114 with amendments.
Honorable members, I now put a question, which is that vote R101 to vote R114 be part of the bill. May as many of the same opinion say aye. Aye. May as many of the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Vote D101 to vote D114.
Honorable members, I now propose that the vote D101 to vote D114 be part of the bill. Honorable members, having Honorable Deri. Honorable Deri.
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Chair, I was saying you proceeded, put the question. Honorable Chair, proceeded, put the question. Huh? Put the question, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, because there were a few suggestions on the floor of the House, I suggest you proceed and put the question that we adopt with amendments.
Honorable members, I now put a question, which is that vote D101 to vote D114 be passed with amendments. May as many of the same opinion say aye. Aye. May as many of the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 2.
Honorable members, I now propose that clause 2 be part of the bill. Honorable members, having seen no hand, I now put a question, which is that clause 2 be part of the bill. May as many of the same opinion say aye. Aye. May as many of the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
The title of the bill.
Honorable members, I now propose that the title of the bill be the title of the bill. Honorable members, having seen no hand, I now put a question, which is that the title of the bill be the title of the bill. May as many of the same opinion say aye. May as many of the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 1.
Honorable members, I now propose that clause 1 be part of the bill? Honorable members, having seen no hand, I now put a question, which is that clause 1 be part of the bill. May as many of the same opinion say aye. May as many of the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable members, thank you very much. We now will report progress to Honorable Speaker.
Members, get seated. Yes.
Point of order, Honorable Speaker.
Yes.
Honorable Speaker, pursuant to Standing Order number 27.3, I resolve that the House extend its sittings time in order to exhaust and finish the business of the day, Honorable Speaker. And I ask Honorable Teresa, the Chief Whip Minority, to second.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Because of the urgency and the importance of the bill, I second that we extend.
Thank you. Honorable members, I propose that pursuant to the Standing Order number 27, subsection 3, I resolve that the House extends this sitting time in order to finish the business of the day. I know this is a procedural motion. I don't want the way of discussing. Honorable members, I now put the question that pursuant to the Standing Order number 27, subsection 3, I resolve that the House extend this sitting time in order to finish this business of the day. As men of the same opinion say aye. Aye. As men of the contrary opinion say nay, the aye have it. Honourable members, having finished that exercise, I now ask the chairperson of the committee of the whole to report progress to the House.
Honorable Speaker, I now beg to report to the House that the Committee of the Whole House considered the Kisii County Appropriation Bill 2026 extensively and during the second reading and adopted it with amendments. Thank you.
Honourable members, I now put a question that the House too agree with the committee in the said report. As men of the same opinion say aye. Aye. As men of the contrary opinion say nay, the aye have it. Next order.
Order number 10, motion, the Kisii County Appropriation Bill 2026, third reading.
The chair. Chair, you are embarking on a...
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I now move that the Kisii County Appropriation Bill be moved for the third time, and I request Honorable Thomas Mbale to second.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I second.
Honourable members, I now propose that the Kisii County Appropriation Bill 2026 be now read a third time.
An act of a county assembly to authorize the issue of certain sums of money out of the county revenue fund and their application towards the service of the year ending on the 30th June 2027, and to appropriate those sums for certain public services and purposes.
Anybody want to comment? Honourable members, I now put a question that the Kisii County Appropriation Bill 2026 be now read at that time. As men of the same opinion say aye. Aye. As men of the contrary opinion say nay, the aye have it. With the majority, you can say answer in. You can say answer in the Minister for Finance, accompanied by the chair budget, and on me wondering you can bring the minister. And of course, Buhari, Chenda, you want to bring the minister. Council, feel most welcome. This is your time that you are going now to give us a summary of your budget to this honorable house. Leader, Sergeant Adamu, where is water for the minister? Or you have donated? Yes. That's a good gesture for you. Majority whip. Wasiri, just take 1 minute to prepare yourself so that I can give you time to start. Honorable members, Wasiri is going to read this statement without any interruption. There is no point of information, there is no point of order. All of us will be quiet so that he can lead his estimates. Other things will be discussed later after Wasiri has gone. Wasiri, it is your time. Then you can open that mic for him. Of course, I have forgotten to say that Wasil has been accompanied by his entire team. I can see the CS here, our secretary, chief officer finance, director budget, director administration, and the entire executive team. Can see director enforcement. Feel most welcome. Thank you. Wasil, you can proceed.
Mr. Speaker, it's with the great honor and privilege that I present to this honorable house and the people of Kisii County the budget speech for the financial year 2026-2027. Mr. Speaker, I make this speech in compliance with the Standing Order number 213 of the County Assembly and Section 132, subsection 1 of the Public Finance Management Act 2012. The budget contains a statement of the estimated local revenues, grants, all other revenues, and as well as details of the county government's proposal on how the available resources will be utilized. Mr. Speaker, these legal provisions give live binding constitutional requirements of good governance, which His Excellency the Governor and certainly the county treasury remains fully committed to. Mr. Speaker, at the outset, I express my sincere gratitude to His Excellency, Honorable Paul Simbarati, the Governor of the County Government of Kisii, for the trust he bestowed upon me by appointing me as the County Executive Committee Member for Finance, Economic Planning and ICT Services to provide leadership and economic financial affairs of the county. Mr. Speaker, I remain mindful of the aspirations and high expectations of the people of Kisii as I serve this office. Mr. Speaker, the 2026 budget is a culmination of the true aspirations, felt needs, and genuine desires of the people of Kisii County expressed through engagements with the diverse stakeholders. Mr. Speaker, the Constitution protects the realization of wealth, social rights, to adequate education, health, water, and sanitation, to work. This budget, Mr. Speaker, speaks to those rights and reaffirms the priority policies and strategies aimed at forging pathways for a better life and a better future, as articulated in the annual development plan. Mr. Speaker, this is the fourth budget that the new administration is presenting to this honorable house since coming into office just 4 years ago. our administration has achieved excellent progress in changing the social and economic landscape of the county. Mr. Speaker, His Excellency the Governor Honorable Paul Simbarati made a commitment to reset Kisii County for wealth creation, social development, environmental conservation, infrastructure development, governance, accountability, prosperity for all, as captured in his manifesto. In this regard, the theme for this budget is steadfast and resolute, forging pathways for a better life and a better future. The financial year 2026-2027 budget therefore has been developed to fulfill the campaign promises that this administration made when it was ushered into government. Mr. Speaker, to make this budget responsive and aligned to the aspirations of the people of Kisii, as outlined in the CIDP 2023-2027 and the ADP 2026-2027 implementation plan, my department consulted extensively with various stakeholders who made valuable contributions, some of which have been incorporated into this budget, while others will form part of the future budget process. To allow for further comprehensive analysis, this budget therefore reflects those aspirations and how they will be achieved. Mr. Speaker, there comes a time in a nation's history when fundamental challenges must be confronted, difficult choices must be made, and a new course must be set for the future. For Kisii County, the defining moment is now. Mr. Speaker, the budget has been anchored on strict fiscal consolidation policy. As the on-source revenue mobilization strategy will be implemented, the financial year will also see some program reforms and aimed at containing costs more sustainably. All this, Mr. Speaker, is a way of accelerating our implementation towards wealth creation, job creation, and sustainable development for a better life and a better future. Mr. Speaker, my address this afternoon is structured in 7 parts. Part 1 covers introduction. Part 2 provides physical framework for the financial year 2026-2027. A budget. Part 3 provides the theme for the budget. Part 4 provides the budget estimates for financial year 2026-2027. And Part 5 provides the spending priorities. Part 6 provides proposed revenue-raising measures, while Part 7 is the conclusion. Mr. Speaker, the county government fiscal policy for financial year 2026-2027 and the medium term will be anchored on fiscal consultation, which aims at strengthening revenues mobilization, rationalization, non-essential expenditure, and improving the efficiency and transparency of the public spending. The county government will deepen revenue policy and administration reforms to expand the revenue base, minimize revenue expenditures, enhance compliance, and leverage technology to modernize revenue process. Mr. Speaker, concurrently, expenditure management will be strengthened through adoption of e-procurement, zero-based budgeting principles, digitization of payroll systems, and accrual accounting. To crowd in private capital and reduce pressure on public finance, the county government will scale up the use of public-private partnership, particularly for capital infrastructure projects. On-source revenue mobilization. Mr. Speaker, this financial year 2026-2027 budget will ensure the growth of OSR as part of the county government's efforts on the observancy of the fiscal responsibility principle envisioned in our public finance management. At the same time, the county government will ensure prudent utilization of its resources in a framework that minimizes wastage and improves efficiency in resource management. Mr. Speaker, the total expenditure for the financial year 2026-2027 is projected at Kenya shilling 22 billion. Recurrent expenditure as projected at Kenya shillings 14 billion, or 64% of the total budget. Development expenditure is projected at 8 billion, equivalent to 36% of the total budget. Total allocation to the county government is projected at 10.7 billion as equitable share, equivalent to 49% of the total budget, while on-source revenue is projected at 3.7 billion, equivalent to 17% of the total budget. The unspent balances of financial year 2025-2026 are projected at 6.3 billion, equivalent to 29% of the total budget. Steadfast and resolute, forging pathways for a better life and a better future. That is our theme today. Mr. Speaker, for us to secure a better life and a better future for our people, serious sacrifices need to be taken through this budget. Mr. Speaker, this budget will focus on the following. First, ensure adequate resources are directed to projects and programs that are geared towards wealth creation, such as development of our municipalities, agro-processing, livestock and fisheries, productivity, industrial and market development, among others. Second, direct adequate resources towards the social sectors of the county economy, e.g. education, health, water, and sports development. Third, ensure adequate resources for sustainable environmental conservation and climate change adaptation programs. Fourth, mobilize enough resources towards enablers like road, infrastructure, and ICT. Fifth, commit sufficient resources towards strengthening devolution and governance. Budget estimates for financial year 2026-2027. Mr. Speaker, the financial year 2026-2027 responds to the current challenges facing the Kisii County economy. It is in this context that we have chosen the theme for this budget to be steadfast, resolute, and forging pathways for the better life and a better future. This theme carefully chosen to reflect our commitment to deliver the future of our people. Mr. Speaker, the 2026-2027 expenditure is Kenya shilling 22 billion. This comprises of A, 10.7 billion equitable share from the national government, B, 1.03 billion for conditional allocation from loans and grants from development partners, respectively, 97.5 million for conditional allocation from the national government, 6.3 billion for unspent balances of financial year 2025-2026, 3.7 billion from on-source revenue. Spending priorities for 2026 budget. Mr. Speaker, the financial year 2026-2027 resource allocation is strategically guided by the ADP 2026-2027 and the CDP 2023-2027, prioritizing high-impact interventions identified through public participation. Budgetary focus remained anchored in the 5 key pillars: wealth creation, social development, infrastructure, and ICT, environmental conservation, and governance. A, as wealth creation. Mr. Speaker, the county government will ensure support for the manufacturing sector, micro, small, and medium enterprise for productivity and wealth creation. This initiative will address the bottlenecks impeding the growth of manufacturing and competitiveness of the manufacturing sector in the county, while providing affordable credit to traders. Towards this end, I propose the following allocations: Kenya shillings 252.4 million for market development, 32.9 million for border sheds. Mr. Speaker, agriculture sector is critical to the county's economic growth, wealth creation and poverty reduction, with strong linkages to manufacturing and trade to address low productivity and infrastructure gaps. The sector will enhance extension services, livestock AI, and fisheries development. Mr. Speaker, in this budget, efforts will be intensified and diversified on livestock production activities to meet the overall budget of food security in the county. Livestock and zoonotic diseases will be controlled through identified vaccination and surveillance operations. Towards this end, I propose the following allocations in agriculture, livestock, and fisheries and cooperative development. 433 million for equipment of milk plant, 200 million for extension services, 163.2 million for ATC infrastructure development, 155 million for national agriculture value chain and the production, and 72.7 million for crop development. Social development. Mr. Speaker, the current administration believes in the power of education to change lives and shape futures. The education sector, through this budget, aims to enhance access to quality education and skills development, with priorities in the construction and completion of ECD classrooms and equipping vocational training centers. Mr. Speaker, the honorable members may recall this year the county government launched the school feeding program for our ECDE learners across the county. The program aims at combating malnutrition, boost enrollment, and improvement of academic retention. Towards this end, I propose the following allocation in the sector: 578.4 million for ECD infrastructure, for 50 million for school feeding program, 115.3 million for completion of hostels and workshops in VTCs. Mr. Speaker, the health sector is key in the provision of equitable and affordable healthcare services. This calls for investments in development, infrastructure, improvement, equipping and provision of medical supplies, medicine and public health care services. Towards this end, I propose the following allocations: 1.36 billion for infrastructure development, 500 million for purchase of medical drugs and non-pharmaceutical, 300 million for capital transfer to KTRH, 250 million for purchase of laboratory equipment, 218.2 million for contracted community health promoters, 150 million for purchase of medical equipment, 77.8 million for building resilient and responsive health systems. Mr. Speaker, the water sector is key in ensuring access to clean water and environmental sustainability, including climate change mitigation and adaptation. In this budget, investment will be focused on construction of water schemes, springs, drilling of boreholes, and environmental protection. Towards this end, I propose the following allocations: 1.04 billion for water and sanitation services, Mr. Speaker, development and support of sports and the preservation of our culture remains the top agenda for the county government due to their crucial role in nurturing talent and identity as a people. To this end, I propose the following allocations: Kenya shillings 120 million for completion of Nyamache Stadium, 78.3 million for leveling of stadia in wards, 50 million for Governor's Cup, 50 million for liquor licensing, and 35 million for sports equipment. C. Sustainable environmental conservation. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, climate change poses a real threat to our livelihood and therefore requires collective efforts to adopt to mitigate its impact on our environment. As part of these efforts, The county government will strengthen the capacity to plan, budget, implement, and monitor climate resilience investment. Towards this end, I propose the following allocations: 1.52 billion for climate change and AFLOCA, enablers, and ICT. Mr. Speaker, the successful implementation of infrastructure projects, a robust resource mobilization strategy will be pursued to explain the existing opportunities for construction and the rehabilitation of roads and bridges. In this financial year 2026-2027, priority will be given towards completion and the maintenance of all roads under construction and revenue automation and digitization. Towards this end, I propose the following allocations: 651.9 million for road maintenance and construction of footbridges, 87 million for ICT programs and systems. Mr. Speaker, municipalities and urban areas are the core phase of service delivery. This therefore calls for investment to strengthen governance, financial management, and service delivery in our municipalities, in the town areas and urban areas. In this budget, allocations have been proposed towards maintaining and building infrastructure in our municipalities and urban areas for improved service delivery. To this end, Mr. Speaker, I propose the following allocations: 143.4 million for infrastructure development of Kisii municipality, 70 million for Kenya Urban Support Program institutional grant, 225 million for Kenya Urban Support Program upon development grant, 269.6 million for street lighting, 30 million for construction of urban roads in urban centers, 240 million for contracted cleaning services, devolution and governance. Mr. Speaker, to further strengthen the devolution and governance, the focus will be on the completion of county headquarters, governance residence, ward office, and providing a monthly stipend for village elders while implementing KDSP programs and activities. Towards this end, I propose the following allocations in the financial year 2026-2027. Kenya shillings 438 million for Kenya Devolution Support Program KDSP, 178 million for completion of the county headquarters, 140 million for management of village elders, 32.3 million for completion of ward offices, 32 million for completion of governance residence. Proposed revenue raising measures. Mr. Speaker, the rest of my statement highlights the various revenue raising measures I intend to introduce through the Finance Bill 2026 and other interventions which are intended to secure a better life and a better future for our people. They are as follows. 1. Automation of revenue collection system to ensure realization of the set targets. 2. Continuous upgrade and maintenance of systems and operations. 3. Comprehensive mapping of all revenue streams in each sector of the county to determine the potential upon which targets will be set. 4. Taking inventory of all businesses. 5. Updating the data's register to reflect the accurate status. 6. Review of the land rates. 7. Completion of the valuation role of properties in the county. 8. Strengthening of internal revenue administration control systems, procedures for revenue collection and accounting and reporting. 9. Soliciting funding for key projects and the programs outlined in this budget. 10. Use of USSD card. 11. Deliberate, intensive, and well-coordinated staff development programs for improved skills. 12. Enhanced arrears collection programs. And 13. Compliance level reviews with focus on enforcement risk framework. Conclusion. Mr. Speaker, today is about delivering on the hope for a better life and a better future. This budget supports economic activity while raising future economic prospects, direct spending towards the social sectors, and invest in county capability and critical infrastructure. Mr. Speaker, all the while we are promoting physical sustainability to ensure that future generations are not burdened by the decisions we make today. We are not there yet, but I believe there's a consensus in this House and around the county that this is the destination we need to strive for. Mr. Speaker, the journey to Avera Kisii County belongs to all of us. It requires active participation from all of us. Together, we can overcome the challenges we face today. Together, we can build the Kisii County we want. Together, we shall benefit from our wealth and prosperity. And together, we can chart pathways for a better life and a better future as we remain resolute and steadfast. Mr. Speaker, for us to achieve our goals, some challenges need to be overcome. This calls for all accounting officers in their respective departments to maintain physical discipline. Furthermore, there is need to sacrifice and raise more on-source revenue to finance our development, where we only seek assistance from development partners for projects that will enhance growth. Mr. Speaker, a Kisii County that guarantees a better life and a better future is possible where everyone is accountable for their actions, where the leadership governs justly, invests in citizens and creates opportunities for all, and citizens rise the occasion to perform their civic duties and responsibilities. Together, we can turn around this great county, and it is not beyond us as a people. Mr. Speaker, the wide-ranging structural and sectoral reforms proposed in the budget, which are consistent with the county government priorities as articulated in the county integrated development plan, will lay the foundation for implementation towards a better life and a better future for our people through the programs and projects that have been agreed upon. The county treasury will only consider expenditures within the budget to avoid overruns, accumulation of burning bills, and wage bill pressures. Mr. Speaker, for the county government to have enough resources for development needs, every person is called upon to pay their fair share of revenue, and therefore appeal to our people to be revenue compliant. Mr. Speaker, as I close, allow me to express my gratitude to His Excellency the Governor and His Excellency the Deputy Governor for the wisdom of their counsel and the calm of their leadership. Our county is in safe hands. To my CEC colleagues and CPF members, thank you for always standing ready to think through the toughest choices and chart a path forward in the interest of the county. Mr. Speaker, my appreciation also goes to the chief officers in the county treasury and the county treasury team. They have helped me share the tremendous workload, and as they say, many hands make light work. Mr. Speaker, I wish to recognize with thankfulness the assistance from our development partners and the national government. I implore them to continue partnering with this great county. Mr. Speaker, my sincere appreciation also goes to the Honorable Speaker of the County Assembly for high guidance and support during the budget process, the Budget and Appropriation Committee members under the able leadership of Honorable Peter Utachi for constructively steering the review of the 2026-2027 budget estimates, members of the County Assembly who actively participated in various sectorial committees, meetings to review the budget estimates, the people of Kisii County for their valuable contribution through the budget process. God bless you and God bless Kisii County. Asante sana.
Thank you, Waziri, for that highlights of the budget.
Mr. Speaker, you will recall that on 30th April 2026, I submitted to this House the budget estimates as required by the Public Finance Management Act 2012. Today, I submit the following documents to this Honorable House and I request that you graciously receive them. 1. Budget statement for the financial year 2026-2027. 2. Finance Bill 2026. 3. Budget highlights, the Mwananchi Guide for the financial year 2026-2027 budget. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I table.
Thank you, Waziri. You know, the wordings of tabling and all that is for the honorable members. They can use it, so don't worry. Thank you very much for this highlight, for that highlights of the budget. Honorable members, as Waziri gets out, we will remain seated. So, little majority, you can now see off the Waziri for finance.